I just got a message from a friend that I knew back when I was 18 and I was living in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We had met in a psych ward called Pine Rest. I won't out his name, but I mean, he'll know who I'm talking about. I don't hear from a lot of people in Michigan anymore. I have a really interesting relationship with Michigan. And I don't know. I mean, me even talking about all this might like ruffle some feathers. I don't know. Because I left, man. I left Michigan in what felt like the middle of the night, and I just never really went back. And that's been honestly, it was the greatest thing that I could have ever had for myself, the greatest opportunity. But it was also, I think, the root of a lot of issues in my mind, in my heart, and it led to a lot of geez, dude. I mean, probably issues with like attachment, all sorts of stuff, man. I mean, I wasn't exactly living a great life there. I mean, did I have a good upbringing? Yeah, I mean, I grew up there. Was I dude, growing up, I got into a lot of trouble, man. I got in a ton of trouble. In and out of that place called Pine Rest. In and out of therapy. Didn't make it past 9th grade at Rockford High School. They said, we think Josh should find another school. Screw you, man. I remember that. No, just kidding. I hated school, bro. Absolutely hated school. But dude, it's just a trip to hear from somebody from Michigan, like that I haven't heard. Like, I mean, I have my best friend Brad, who I talk to like every day. He still lives in Michigan, but like I'm talking like people that, like, I'll be honest, I used to sell herbs to this guy, right? To this dude. I would sell him herbs, him and his father. And his dad would get me, brewskis. While I was living at this apartment, and I was living this life, bro. I was living a crazy life at 18, bro. I was living a really wild and too old of a life for 18, right? Like I was doing things, selling to adults, you know what I'm saying? I'll just be honest, I can say all that because I don't do that no more. Selling drugs to adults, making a living doing that. I mean, all in all, dude, I guess the crazy part about it to me is like, yeah, I have somebody that, awesome dude, bro, checking in with me, saying he appreciates what I'm doing, like, says he, likes that I'm doing this, that, or the other, whatever, and just like hyping me up and just being like super encouraging, awesome message, just made my freaking day, dude. But it's a trip to me to hear from people at a time of my life where I lived very different, and I was just so engulfed in a drug-filled lifestyle. And when I left Michigan at 19, on my 19th birthday, I never went back to drugs, and I never went back to that lifestyle. So I'm 30. It's been 11 years, bro, since I've been kind of in that mindset or whatever. A lifetime for me, dude, it feels like. But to have somebody from that period talk about what I'm doing now, it's a trip. It's such a trip, and it's so cool, and it's so encouraging, man. It's so encouraging. Like, this is what I wanted to do back then. I wanted to be doing what I was doing now. I wanted to, like, do something creative. I wanted to, like, pursue a dream. But all I knew how to do at that time was to sell. And, God, I almost got smoked, man, in more ways than one. I wasn't gonna last there. I wasn't gonna last there, and I wasn't gonna last being a drug dealer. I mean, I can imagine and say I would or this or whatever. No, I wouldn't have. I would have been smoked within. I mean, I grew up doing that, and I would have. Yeah, I got so lucky, man. But God, what an interesting upbringing. What an interesting chain of events. Life is super wild, bro.